We just received a breaking news. Reports are flooding in of a massive explosion at the Pentagon. Images are circulating online, showing black smoke blowing from the building. Hold on a minute. What you just saw was a complete fabrication, a hoax that had the world on edge. That alarming report. Entirely artificial. An AI-generated image of an explosion near the Pentagon caused a ripple effect, fooling even international news outlets including the Russia Today, which reported this news to its 3 million Twitter followers, and the Indian media outfit Republic to its 2.8 million Twitter followers. The news caused stock market to crash. The S&P 500 briefly dipped by 0.26%, but quickly recovered after it was revealed as fake. But how is this even possible? And what does this mean for the future of news, credibility, and our perception of reality? As AI progresses, will we even be able to tell what is real and what is not? Before we dive into this topic, let's digress to examine how the way and the speed at which we receive information and news have changed during the last few decades. In the pre-television era, obtaining information was limited to daily printed newspapers. A world constrained by ink and paper meant that news was often outdated by the time it reached readers' hands. Then came the advent of television, revolutionizing the way we consumed information. News began to reach audiences with incredible speed, providing almost real-time insights into world events. This trend continued to accelerate, leading us to the internet mainstream era where information is accessible almost instantly. Now, breaking news is just a click away, bringing the world closer together but also posing new challenges for verifying the authenticity of the information we consume. But this instantaneous access to information has given rise to a relentless race among media outlets to be the first to break the news. In a world where clicks and views translate into revenue, being the first to report a story can mean the difference between success and obscurity. This urgency to be the first has had profound implications for the way news is reported. Verification and fact-checking, once the pillars of journalistic integrity, can sometimes be overshadowed by the pressure to publish quickly. As we'll see, this haste can lead to mistakes and even manipulation, especially in an era where artificial intelligence has the power to create convincing fabrications. Fake news is far from a new phenomenon, but in recent years it has taken on a whole new life. Historically, propaganda, misinformation, and sensationalism have played significant roles in shaping public opinion. However, the 2016 American elections marked a turning point where fake news became a hot-button issue. During that election cycle, fake news was weaponized in an unprecedented way. Micro-targeting techniques allowed campaigners to identify undecided voters and serve them tailored and often false information about opposing candidates. For example, let's assume that an algorithm has identified a large percentage of Latino voters who are still undecided about whom to vote for. Now, the next step becomes surprisingly simple yet nefariously effective. Target these specific voters online, while they scroll through Twitter or Instagram, and feed them with a large amount of AI-generated fake news, presenting the opposing candidate as speaking negatively about their community. By bombarding them with this false information, it becomes highly probable to influence their opinions and win their votes. But here's where things have taken an even more alarming turn. Until recently, fake news was primarily limited to articles and text-based content. But with the advent of artificial intelligence, it's now possible to create realistic videos and visuals that can deceive the human eye. This has given rise to deepfakes, where AI algorithms can create videos that appear entirely authentic. Imagine the possibilities and the dangers. Not only can words be twisted, but visuals can be fabricated to support false narratives. As we continue to advance in technology, distinguishing between what's real and what's not is becoming increasingly difficult. The line between reality and fiction is blurring, and we must ask ourselves, how do we trust what we see and hear? How do we maintain the integrity of information in the age of AI? These are questions we must grapple with as we venture further into the uncharted territories of technology's impact on our lives. As we grapple with the alarming potential of AI in spreading fake news, solutions become critical. One obvious answer is the rise of fact-checking organizations. However, it's not as simple as it may seem. The effectiveness of fact-checking organizations is often challenged by issues related to their ownership. Who owns and funds these organizations? Can we fully trust their impartiality? If the fact-checking entity is owned by a political group or a corporation with vested interests, its objectivity might be compromised. Furthermore, the speed at which false information can spread online often outpaces the ability to fact-check. By the time a piece of information is verified as false, it may have already reached millions. So, what's the solution? It likely involves a multifaceted approach. This includes not only independent, transparent, and accountable fact-checking organizations, but also an educated public aware of critical thinking and media literacy. Tech companies themselves must take responsibility for combating misinformation on their platforms. Indeed, the age of artificial intelligence presents new challenges, but also new opportunities. We are at the forefront of a technological revolution that is changing how we interact with the world, how we consume information, and how we perceive reality itself. The fabricated image of the Pentagon we discussed earlier is just a glimpse of what's possible. The onus now falls on us as consumers, creators, and citizens to be discerning, to question what we see and read, and to support systems that prioritize truth and integrity. Whether it's by backing responsible fact-checking organizations or fostering media literacy within our communities, we all have a role to play. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this topic intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Together we can navigate the complexities of our digital age. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.